Hi folks, thanks for joining me for this week's vlog. I'm going to be doing a little bit of Stillwater fishing today, and for that I've come to Albury Estate in Surrey. It's only 40 minutes drive from the house, so let's get into it. Albury Estate fishery is based on the Duke of Northumberland's estate near Guilford in Surrey. It's unique as it offers a wide range of fishing opportunities with two day ticket waters, Weston and Vale End fishery, offering access to 7 lakes of varying size, plus the added bonus of some small stream river fishing. Also it has 2 season rod only venues, that of Powder Mills and Syon Park in southwest London. The estate's premier fishery is the exclusive Albury Park Syndicate, which has over a mile of the River Tillingbourne, which offers fishing for wild and stock brown trout, plus 1 beautifully positioned lake in a parkland setting. All of this within a 10-minute drive from the M25. Okay, I've done my walk round of the fishery, and I'm going to approach it in 2 ways. I've got my Witchwood 10-foot RS competition rod for a 7, and I'm going to use that for primarily fishing with nymphs and mini lures at distance. I've also brought along with me the new Witchwood RS2 for a 5 weight, and I'm going to tackle this up with dry fly. Now it's extremely hot today, so I would always recommend that you wear sun cream, especially if you're Scottish. I'm going to lather myself up in this. This is factor 20. I should really be wearing factor 50. I mean, if you're ginger, you want to be wearing a boiler suit and a balaclava, to be perfectly honest. It's going to be a hot one. Always wear sunglasses to protect your eyes. I've seen too many horrible pictures with people with flies embedded in their eyeballs, so always wear eye protection. Now I would also recommend that you invest in a pair of good polarised glasses. It helps you see through the layers in the water, and you can actually target fish. Again, you should wear a fishing cap. It reduces glare, and also if you get a fly in the back of the napper, that might save you. I've brought along a long-handled net because a lot of the bank here has some good cover at the edges, and I want to be able to reach in, if I'm lucky enough to catch a fish of course, and land it properly. The other thing I've got is my waistcoat, and that's loaded up with various fly boxes and stuff to treat dry flies and whatnot. The tip I'm going to be using today is I've got 2 varieties. So for my pooling game I'm going to use 8.5 pound ghost mode, and for the dry fly fishing I'm going to use 4 pound ghost mode. So I'm going to get tackled up and see how we get on. Well, I've had a couple of speculative casts with the dry fly, and while I was setting up I did notice a fish. It was coming up steady away, and I changed my fly twice, and it came and looked both times but just refused it. I tried a nymph through it, but that failed to excite the fish at all. So I'm having a wee stroll round now and just see what I can see in the margins. I've got to a little spot here and there's a few fish cruising. I've had 2 refuse a dry fly. I mean, it's a size 18, it's very innocuous, and so I've gone small. It's not worked, it's time to go big and see if that makes any difference. So I'm going to try my hand with a little bubble sedge here and see how we get on. Well, I've had a little walk round and the fishery's really busy. There's lots of anglers here and there's been one fish caught, and it's little surprise really. I mean, it's now, I think it's about 29 degrees. There is a very, very light ripple, but this is what I've come to. An indicator and an orange blob. Let's see how we get on with this. And it's quite difficult to film this and trying to play a fish at the same time. So I think what I'm going to do is put this down for now until I've landed the fish. Well, it's been a wee while coming, but I've eventually gotten one, so let's have a look at an Albury Estate fish. Well, that's me off the mark. I had to resort to an indicator though, and not what I'd hoped. There is still fish splashing on the top, but it's so hot now. I mean, I've got a bit of a bead on. As my wife would say, I'm sweating cobs. But it's great to actually get a wee bend in the rod. I'm very light on my tackle. Scaled my tippet down to £3, and that's why it took so long to land the fish. And I got it onto the reel so that I could play it out properly. But I've recovered it now, and as you've seen, it swum away. So great stuff. I've had special permission today to release fish actually, because Albury run a catch and kill policy. So I'm very privileged that they've allowed me to return any. I didn't want to kill fish that I won't be eating. Let's try and get some more. I've started to find a bit of success, but I'm having to cast really far out into the water, and you've got to watch your indicator so closely. It's just the tiniest little dip, and if you hit it, you're rewarded with one of these little bad boys. Underneath the indicator, I'm just fishing this little blob here, and it's got a little 2mm tungsten bead on it, and the idea is, it's about 2 feet I suppose it's suspended at. If I get it out into the right area of the stream, I'm getting a take almost every time. Just got to be a bit patient for the fish to come along. Well, it's been a bit of a session really. I've had 9 fish and I've landed all of them, and I've also been snapped off 3 times. So what I did was I upped my tippet strength to £8, and immediately my takes dried up. So what I've done is I've scaled back down. I'm back on the £4 tippet, and I'm just going to see if that's made a difference to my catch rate. I've learned something else. I really need to have brought the factor 50. I am going to be crispy tomorrow. Well guys, it's 4:45. I did plan on staying here for the evening rise, but it's been 31, 32 degrees this afternoon and I am absolutely bushed. Now, I didn't catch a fish, or I certainly didn't put a fish in the net until 2 o'clock, but between 2 o'clock and 4:45 I've had 17, and I've done that by fishing the bung. Now I know that's a bit of a dirty word for some people, but it's so effective, and I can honestly say that I didn't feel one of the takes. Every time the indicator either slightly moved or it dipped and I hit it, and that's why I caught the fish. otherwise it could have been a pretty barren spell. I just suspended a beaded blob below the bung, and that done the business for me, and I got that idea from Mark Miles. I fished the Manningford competition earlier in the year, and Mark was on the peg above me and he was devastating with it, so I tied a few of them up, and I'm really pleased I did, because I lost a whole lot today. I upped my tippet strength thinking that, well, I'll be able to keep my flies a bit better, but as soon as I did that, my takes dried up instantly, almost instantly, and I spent 20 minutes just not even getting an offer. As soon as I went back down from £8 to £4 tippet, the fish, it was just situation normal, and the fish were hitting me every other cast. As long as I could get my flies far enough out into the feeding channel that they were sitting in, I would get an offer, and more often than not I would see the bung move and I would hit it. So I did plan to see a lot more at Albury Estates, but it's such a big place and I was having such fun that I forgot myself. So the day's run out and I'm just going to have to come back. Bummer. Well, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please think about doing so. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.